India has bold ambition of challenging China as the new emerging global superpower in the semiconductor industry. In the digital age, semiconductors are the backbone of modern electronics and information technology. Yet, India has had a delayed start in the race for semiconductor supremacy. About 80% of India's semiconductor needs are currently met by imports. These tiny electronic components power devices ranging from smartphones, computers and televisions to medical equipment and automobiles. Furthermore, semiconductors play a pivotal role in emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, 5G, cloud computing and the Internet of Things. Also, the pandemic showed the importance of self-reliance, prompting countries to rethink their semiconductor strategies. The microchip shortage resulted from a surge in demand and lockdown affecting supplies, driving a digital shift affecting consumer electronics and remote work requirements. One of the most important aspects of manufacturing advanced semiconductor chips is packaging and testing, also known as outsourced semiconductor assembly and test, an area currently dominated by China and Taiwan. India's Tata Group has recently proposed to establish an assembly and packaging unit in the northeastern state of Assam, signaling a significant development. Taiwan and China dominate the OSAT market with a combined global market share of 75% as per IDC. However, India's entry into this sector has the potential to significantly reshape the global electronics manufacturing landscape in the longer term. The Union Cabinet has approved the setting up of 3 semiconductor units under the Development of Semiconductors and Display Manufacturing Ecosystems in India. The 3 semiconductor units will be established in Dholera in Gujarat, Morigaon in Assam, and Sanand in Gujarat. Renesas will partner CG Power in Sanand, Gujarat. Micron's unit is also under construction in Gujarat. Tata Electronics, in partnership with Powerchip Semiconductor Manufacturing Corporation or PSMC, will build India's first AI-enabled state-of-the-art fab, or a plant for the manufacture of advanced electronic products. The investment in this fab will be 91,000 crore rupees. This fab will have the manufacturing capacity of up to 50,000 semiconductor wafers per month and will include next-generation factory automation capabilities, deploying data analytics and machine learning to achieve industry-best factory efficiency. The new semiconductor fab will manufacture chips for applications such as power management IC, display drivers, microcontrollers, and high-performance computing logic, addressing the growing demand in markets such as automotive, computing and data storage, wireless communication, and AI. Tata Semiconductor Assembly and Test Private Limited, or TSAT, will set up a semiconductor unit in Morigaon, Assam. This unit will be set up with an investment of 27,000 crore rupees. This unit will cover segments such as automotive, electric vehicles, consumer electronics, telecom, mobile phones, etc. Global shortages have led to a focus on the semiconductor industries. Economic growth of a country is also a factor in this race. About 80% of India's semiconductor needs are currently met by imports. If the nation doesn't build a local semiconductor sector, its current account deficit might increase and its import bill could rise by $95 billion. India might also create a lot of jobs if it had a strong semiconductor sector. Approximately 5.8 million high-quality jobs are supported by the $150 billion Indian IT sector, which also contributes $1 trillion to the global IT market. Approximately 25% of semiconductor design engineers worldwide are Indian. Furthermore, semiconductors are essential to developing a secure state, especially due to their applications in satellites, military hardware, and communication networks. In contemporary warfare, the availability and sophistication of equipment often plays crucial a role as the sheer number or skill of military personnel. Semiconductors are also widely used in the new technologies of quantum computing and artificial intelligence. India would have to rely on industry leaders in semiconductors to fully use these technologies if the nation is unable to establish its own superior semiconductor manufacturing and design skills. The Indian government has implemented a number of laws and incentives aimed at luring investments and fostering innovation in the semiconductor industry, recognizing the value of independence in this field. Among the notable efforts in this endeavor is the National Policy on Electronics (NPE) 2019, which intends to provide an environment that is conducive to the electronics sector with a $400 billion turnover target by 2025. In addition, a second phase of the Production-Linked Reward or PLI plan for large-scale electronics manufacturing has been established in 2021. The PLI plan offers a 4 to 6% reward on additional sales of electronics made in India over a 5-year period. Additionally, a 25% financial incentive on spending is offered by the Scheme for Promotion of Manufacturing of Electronic Components and Semiconductors or SPECS to support domestic manufacturing of semiconductors and electronic components. In order to help these initiatives, the Semicon India program offers funding equivalent up to 50% of project costs for the setting up of semiconductor and display fabs in India. Also, it promotes the growth of high-tech clusters that are reinforced by essential infrastructure and research ecosystems. Together, these broad efforts show India's commitment to promoting independence and innovation in this semiconductor sector. The electronics industry in India is seeing some promising impact from these government measures. Ministry of Electronics and IT reports that India produced $80 billion worth of electronics in 2021 compared to $70 billion in 2019. India received $153 billion in aids for the production of electronics from both domestic and foreign businesses under this PLI scheme. Major firms such as Samsung, Foxconn, Wistron, Pegatron, Dell, HP, Lava, Micromax, Dixon Technologies, and Flextronics are among the scheme's key participants. 5 bids totaling $20.5 billion have been submitted for the setting up of semiconductor and display fabs under the Semicon India program. By developing strategic alliances and partnerships with countries and organizations that have superior semiconductor capabilities, India may further strengthen its position. India's supply chain security may be enhanced by cooperation with key suppliers of semiconductor materials and equipment. Japan and Taiwan, the global leaders in this sector. India's journey towards semiconductor self-reliance is boosted by its active involvement in international forums like the International Solar Alliance and the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue or Quad, which also promote collaboration and coordination within the semiconductor industry. India's growth in the OSAT industry marks a pivotal moment not just for India's technology sector, but also for the global semiconductor landscape. For the Indian market, the local OSAT businesses, many of which offer electronic manufacturing services for global companies, can offset imports and lower costs overall. As an emerging name in the global semiconductors landscape, India possesses distinct opportunities and advantages that can significantly reinforce its quest for semiconductor self-reliance. First and foremost among these is India's large and burgeoning electronics market, spanning sectors such as mobile phones, consumer electronics, automotive, healthcare, and education. The adoption of cutting-edge technologies like 5G and AI further amplifies the demand for semiconductors, making India an enticing investment hub. India possesses formidable semiconductor design capabilities with approximately 20% of global talent pool in this domain. The nation is also home to major research and development centers for global semiconductor giants, including Intel, AMD, and Qualcomm. Capitalizing on these design strengths opens the door to pioneering and tailored solutions for both domestic and international markets. Both China and India are pushing to become the dominant force in the semiconductor space as they recognize the strategic importance of semiconductor manufacturing for technological advancement as well as economic growth. However, China is way ahead currently with $200 billion in investments over the last 20 years. Hence, a comparison between these two countries displays a significant contrast. However, this scenario is poised to transform in the near future. In June 2021, China's daily chip production reached almost 1 billion units, showcasing its formidable manufacturing capacity. Drawing manufacturing comparison between India and China at this juncture would not be equitable. India holds a significant position for international semiconductor firms due to its abundant pool of skilled semiconductor design engineers. Chip makers such as Intel, Qualcomm, and Micron have already set up R&D hubs in the country. However, as a result, they also retain much of the intellectual property on the designs. China, as the world's largest consumer of semiconductors, accounts for a staggering 53.7% of global demand in 2020. Despite this colossal consumption, China only domestically produces around 16% of its own semiconductor requirements, leaving it highly dependent on imports from countries such as the United States of America, Taiwan, South Korea, and Japan. In a strategic move to reduce this dependency, China launched several initiatives, including the National Integrated Circuit Industry Investment Fund or CICF, which is a state-backed fund that supports the development of domestic chip industry. While India has made significant strides towards semiconductor self-reliance, it confronts a host of formidable challenges along its own journey. To begin with, establishing the necessary infrastructure and cultivating a right-skilled workforce versed in intricate semiconductor manufacturing process is imperative. Substantial investments in these areas are essential to meet the industry's demands. Semiconductor manufacturing is a high-cost and long-term endeavor, compounded by the constant evolution of technology, which necessitates ongoing upgrades and investments. Moreover, semiconductor supply chain is susceptible to geopolitical tensions and trade restrictions, exemplified by US-China conflicts, which can disrupt supply availability and affordability. To mitigate these risks, India must diversify its supply sources and bolster domestic capabilities. Additionally, India grapples with a relatively lower domestic demand for semiconductors compared to countries like China. This disparity impacts economies of scale and profitability. The development of a robust semiconductor industry currently trailing in India is pivotal for fostering innovation and generating demand for semiconductors. These multifaceted challenges underscore the intricate path that India must navigate to achieve self-reliance in semiconductor production. Have your say. Can India win the race against China to become a semiconductor superpower in the next decade? Leave a comment below, and if you like this news report, then remember to hit the like and subscribe button.